All right, let's keep going in section 4.1. So we looked at multiplicity of the intercepts as well as the end behavior of a polynomial. So don't get intimidated by these. Some of you are well practiced in this, but some of you might not have ever really done this before. But either way, don't get intimidated by these things. They're not too bad to graph. They're actually one of the more easier things to graph. Way easier than like tangent. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to look at the degree. So if you multiplied your x's together, that would give you an x to the third. And also, it's positive, a positive x to the third. And I know that because there's no negative on any of the x's, and there's no negative sitting out in front of everything. So it's a positive. So it's a positive polynomial, and it's an odd degree. So that means you have the left end going down and the right end is going to go up. If it was a negative, then the left end is up and the right end is down. But we know it's going to go like that. So all you have to do is kind of start it this way and then just go through each and every single one of your x-intercepts in the right spot. And it's just a matter of like kind of bending it around and curving until you get everything accounted for. All right, so your x-intercepts are going to be -3, +1, and +2. And you just want to make sure that you're going through your x-intercepts in numerical order. So that's pretty important. All right, so we're going to be starting down here, and I'm going to go through that first intercept of -3, and I'm going to curve it around, and I'm going to come back down so that I go through the next intercept, which is +1. And then I've got to come back up and go through my last intercept of +2. And there is my polynomial. All right, so let's stick my intercepts on there. So -3, +1, and +2. Now it says to label all the intercepts, so that means I need a y-intercept. So if you plugged in 0 for all of your x's and multiplied everything out, you would end up with a +6. Now clearly this is not drawn to scale, so please don't make your graphs to scale. As I said earlier, the same is going to be true with these. It's just a lot easier if you don't. So you just got to practice these, you know, and again, I'm not looking for works of art. As long as you have the right shape with the correct intercepts, that's pretty much all I'm looking for. So don't get too stressed about like, oh my gosh, is it curving the right way? Or did I go up high enough? You know, I'm not looking for like this point or any other point other than the intercepts. So you can go as high as you want them. You can go as low. It just depends on what you draw. Okay, so let's try part B. So now this one, it's an odd degree again, an x to the third, but now it's got a negative sitting in front of there. So my ends are going to be going like that. Okay, and my intercepts are 0, 4, and 1. So here's my first intercept. So I'm going to come down from the top. I'm going to come through that intercept, curve it around, go through x equals 1, curve it back, and then go through x equals 4. Okay, then just label up your intercepts. So again, as long as you have the right shape and the right intercepts, that's all I'm looking for. When you get to calculus, they'll be concerned about other points, like you'll actually be able to find this point and get a more accurate graph, but for now they're just sketches with intercepts. That's all we're doing. Okay, part C. If you multiplied your x's together, that would be an x to the fourth. So now we have an even degree, and it's positive as well. So an even degree that's positive, your ends are going up. One thing that can help you remember It's kind of like you kind of think of football in a way. So if it's a positive even, that's like what the referee does if when you kick a field goal and it's good. In that instance, the referee, his hands get pointed out and say, it's good, it's good. So both ends are going up because it's positive. Now, if it was negative, what's the ref do? He's like, no good, no good. So his hands are kind of going down. So if it's a negative, it's going down. Negative is kind of like it's bad. That would make a whole lot of sense if we were face to face and you can actually see me act it out, but it is what it is. Okay, so our intercepts, -3, -2, +2, and +3. So my left end is pointing up, so I'm going to be coming down. So I'm going to go through -3, through -2, curve it back down to go through +2, and then back up to go through +3. So I ended up with a W shape. Stick my intercepts on there. And if I stuck in 0 for my x's and multiplied everything out, I would end up with a +36. Okay, let's go ahead and stop the video here, and then in the next one we'll finish up the rest of them, and then especially with these ones that have some multiple roots.